Hi, everybody. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Fabian Fuentes, and we welcome you into South Atlantic Conference basketball this afternoon on the South Atlantic Conference Digital Network as the homestanding Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne play host to the Indians of Catawba. Should be a fantastic matchup, long awaited, particularly if you are a player or a fan of the LL Bears. 277 days since the Lenoir-Rhyne athletic team last saw action, so the players are chomping at the bit to get going. And while this is the season opener and the lid lifter on the 100th year of men's basketball at Lenoir-Rhyne, Catawba already has a couple of games under its belt. The Indians have split the first two games, but Catawba hasn't played since the 28th of last month. So this one should be a fantastic matchup here in the matinee in Hickory, North Carolina. Everett Sullivan returns 99% of the scoring offense from a Bears team of a year ago, and he also returns all four South Atlantic Conference selections. Let's hear what the head coach of the Bears had to say about this matchup.
Hello, Six-Man Club. I hope everyone's doing well and navigating these challenging times. Me and myself, my family, we're doing well. Michelle and Ellery has gotten into a great rhythm at home. I can't say enough how excited we are about having the opportunity to play today. We got a great team, and I'm proud of those guys. I couldn't be prouder for the will, the resilience that they've shown to get to this point. So we got a great opportunity today. Team 100 years of basketball, going to play against a really good Catawba Indians team. It should be fun. It's going to be different. No fans are there, but I know you guys are watching. I just can't thank you enough. Make sure you tune in. And also, thank you for your support. I really appreciate your support, all the encouragement, the texts, the emails. Thank you so much. We couldn't be here. We couldn't get this done without you, Six-Man Club. I just really want to say, it's you know what time it is. It's Bear time. Let's go.
Team that returns 99% of the scoring offense from a season ago. That is not the case for Catawba as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Indians and seventh-year head coach Rob Perron. They lost 4 of 5 starters. They're 4 of their top 5 scorers, that is, from last year's team. A couple of players to keep an eye on today is number 12, Terrence Whitfield, the junior guard out of Chesterfield, Virginia. 7th on the conference all-tourney team selection last year. Scored 31 points in a semifinal loss to Queens and coming off a 23-point outing in their most recent game against Wingate. And another in the starting lineup to keep an eye on today is 15, Bernard Pelote. He is only a freshman, but last year earned All-State honors as a senior, averaging 22 points and 14 rebounds. And while that is the starting 5 for Catawba, let's take a look at the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne, and 2 first-team preseason all-conference selections return. Those are Darius Simmons, 10, and R.J. Gunn, number 21. Each of those young men only 83 points shy of scoring 1,000 for their careers here with the Bears basketball program. Now, some others in that starting lineup: Mason Hawks, number 3, the three-point sharpshooter. Of note, had a 25-point game against Carson Newman a year ago. And Davion Bradford, he is an electrifying player, creates fantastic transition baskets because of his hustle on the defensive end of the floor. Bradford, number 1, was a finalist for SAC Defensive Player of the Year a season ago. And then the Mr. Do-It-Everything, Cooper Fowler, 33, 6'11 sophomore. They call it the Do-It-All big man. South Atlantic Conference all-freshman team a season ago, and boy, he really liked playing here in Schuford Gym, where he averaged nearly 12 points per game. So that sets the table. It's the season opener for the Bears of LR, tipping off the 100th season in men's basketball program history, and of course, the Indians looking to get over the 500 mark. So that'll do it right now. Momentarily, we're going to pause for the playing of our national anthem. You'll also hear the starting lineups being introduced by the public address announcer here at the Schuford Gym. Mentioned it's the 100th year of men's basketball here at Lenoir-Rhyne, and this is a series that dates all the way back to 1926 as the Indians and the Bears are meeting for a 210th time. Catawba's the most opponent that LR has played, and the opponent that it has beaten the most at 114 times, and this also debuting the 65th season for the Bears here in Schuford Gymnasium. So the much-awaited season opener for LR being played without any fans in attendance, just the essential game personnel. So in the center jump circle, left side of your screen, R.J. Gunn for the Bears, and it's Ben Bowen for the Indians, and we'll see the Bears on offense first. Work at the right end of the floor. This is a Catawba team, the backdoor alley-oop and the flush for R.J. Gunn, the senior out of Columbia. First team All-South Atlantic Conference selection a year ago. And a second team All-Region selection, 6'7", 245, presence inside. Indians with Whitfield. And the square up three is up and good. In transition, the Bears, who are -1 here early. This is a Catawba team that fell victim to 18 made three-point field goals in its last game against Wingate. And Darius Simmons took a deep shot. Simmons gets fouled, and 3 free throws coming up here for the redshirt senior out of Raleigh. There was that alley-oop out of the gate to get the Bears going first possession. So Simmons, like his teammate Gunn, came in 83 points shy of 1,000 for his career. Honorable mention all-SAC performer a year ago for the Southpaw. Knocks down the first 2 free throws and gives the Bears back the lead here in the early going. Had a trio of games in which he scored 30 or more points, but buries all 3 free throws. 2-man game in the backcourt. Ben Bowen goes across the timeline. 11 games played for him last year, 0 starts. The handoff to Pelote. Averaged a double-double his senior year of high school last year. He works off the ball at the baseline. And now to Terrence Whitfield, the all-tournament selection of a year ago. Catawba works the shot clock, but the LR defense has a lot to do with that. Bowen with a square up 3 and bottom. Back-to-back 3 balls for the visitors out of Salisbury, roughly 54 miles up the road. And it's a 6-5 Indian lead. Mason Hawks, a 3-point sharpshooter, goes inside. Good defense on the inside by Pelote. And a defensive rebound, and Catawba goes the other way in transition. Bowen, the trailer, goes inside against Fowler. Right-handed soft shot off the mark. And Fowler gets a defensive rebound. South Atlantic Conference all-freshman team selection a year ago is the young man with the ball, stretching out the defense. And off the mark. 6-5 Indians here in the early going, nearly 2 minutes in. Catawba getting to the NCAA Division II men's tournament last year, one that was postponed because of the pandemic. And a baseline maneuver as Carter Phillips got inside of Davion Bradford, and now the Bears turn the ball over. That, by the way, was the first 2-point basket for the Indians. Catawba opened up the year with a win 90-78, November 21st at home against Anderson, and then followed that up with a tough loss to Wingate. Catawba did do something here a year ago that few opponents have been able to do, and that's leave with a victory. And the Bears get called for the foul here on the inside drive for Anthony Peacock. R.J. Gunn picks up his first foul. Team fouls even at 1. But a rebuilding year and a lot of transfers on this Catawba roster for 7th-year head coach Rob Perron. Baseline out of bounds. Carter Phillips, a junior out of Mount Airy, to do the honors. Gets air under that pass. Bowen at 6'10". Whitfield coming off a 23-point game in 24 minutes against Wingate, and now the travel on the post-up move for Peacock, who is in his first year with Catawba, third-team junior college All-American. Played at Quincy Junior College, native of Braintree, Massachusetts. Hawks across the timeline. Dribble drive inside, floater, front rim. That went out of the hand of Simmons. One and done are the Bears. 3 out, 2 in set for Catawba going back door. Tight roping the baseline. Bowen keeps the possession alive. Bowen inside against Fowler. Switches to the left hand for the skyhook, and it's up and 10-5. Indians on a mini 7-0 run here. Just north of 3 minutes has expired here in the first half. The big outside, the square up open 3 for Simmons, and bullseye. Boom goes the dynamite for Darius Simmons, who set a Lenoir-Rhyne school single-season record, knocking down nearly 57% of his three-point attempts. And that snaps the 7-0 mini run for Catawba. Neither team has gone to the bench in the early going. Peacock back and on top. The contested 3-ball for Phillips. Off the mark and a defensive board for Bradford, who does a great job of creating buckets in transition. Bradford, the dribble drive inside. Nice soft scoop to the rim, and it's up and through for 2. Bradford, the senior out of Pontiac, Michigan, playing in his 75th game here at Lenoir-Rhyne. Today was his 28th start. And just like that, a 5-0 mini run for the homestanding Bears, who have managed to deadlock things. Teams have split the first 20 points in the game. Perimeter defense by Simmons. That's his trademark. How about Bowen for the long-range 3, and the rainbow is up and good. The third three-pointer for Catawba here in the opening half. 13-10 Indians. See nobody in the post right now, and how about that? Soft 3-ball for R.J. Gunn. R.J. now with 5. LR's top returning scorer at just under 20 points per game a season ago. Tied at 13. Bowen finds Phillips in the corner. Face guarded by Simmons. What a duel that is. The fadeaway. Silky smooth shot for Phillips, as that one was well defensed by Simmons. And Catawba regains the lead in what is a seesaw game so far. See the big Fowler out top. Mason Hawks, 69 three-pointers a season ago. Fowler, senior sophomore from Greenville. The deep 3-ball off back rim, and the uncontested strong side defensive board for Pelote. And the Indians in transition, but slow things down into the half-court offense. Carter working against Hawks. Off the screen inside. Gives Pelote the open jumper. Off back rim, no. Defensive board for Simmons. Quick as a hiccup guard. Nice pass into the corner. Perfection. A 3-ball for Davion Bradford. So Bradford, finalist for the SAC Defensive Player of the Year award a season ago, gets the shot knocked down from long range. And the Bears have their second lead of the contest, 16-15. Nearly 6 minutes in, this one has been a track meet. Oh, look at the battle of the post players inside. The hedge down inside for Simmons. Jump shot, top of the arc. No, that one was nearly tipped in off the fingertips of Pelote for the blue shirts. And now the Bears go the other way, looking to add to a 1-point lead. Bradford, who just knocked down the 3, doesn't get the ball inside. The Hawks on the cut at the free throw line. Now out to Fowler, working one-on-one against Peacock. The dribble drive inside, the dump down, close quarters, and a travel. Take the shot off the board for Darius Simmons. It has been a back-and-forth game here through the first 6 minutes and 28 seconds. As we head to the break, it's the Bears with a 1-point lead over the Indians of Catawba.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Hi, everybody, welcome back. Wow, this has been a back-and-forth game. And Philippe Lescavar, who is our producer today, was talking with me about during this break, is that we've actually gone through past the first media timeout and surpassed when we would normally take the second media timeout, as these two teams have gone up and down the floor, 16-15 Bears. Emerge Ortho is the official sports medicine provider for the Bears with 45 locations in 21 countries from the mountains to the coast. Emerge Ortho is North Carolina's premier provider, providing world-class comprehensive and passionate care for Lenoir-Rhyne's student athletes. Back to action we go. One of those changes in there for Catawba, and you will notice him by the shoes. That is Lloyd Hemming, who has possession of the ball as he works against Armin Muldrow. A couple of the changes for each of the teams during the first media timeout. Off the screen, Caleb Robinson probes. Pulled up, foul line extended. Off the rim, the window. No defensive rebound for Tyson McLean, who was a dynamic threat, folks. You're talking about 12 in the white as McLean gains possession. Number 4 on the team last year was the man with the ball, 51 three-pointers, and off the deflection, the steal generated. Caleb Robinson in transition can't score, but got trailed by the foul defender. And that one will be the second team foul of the opening half against the Bears. And lead to the Indians going to the free throw line is Tim Steele, the freshman out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, picks up the foul. Free throws here for Caleb Robinson, a freshman out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Played his high school ball at a couple of different stops. And his senior year of high school averaged a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 6'5", 195-pound freshman. And gets that free throw to rim out. So the Bears get a little lucky as gets Catawba to miss both free throws. And the Bears with an unforced turnover, if you will. So fresh life given to Catawba. Hemming into the forecourt. DJ Johnson in the post. Survives the ball dig. Little strong on that shot. Athletic rebound. And the Bears will go the other way. The stop and pop three and swisheroo. And we mentioned Tyson McLean is dynamic. Redshirt junior out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Came off the bench and scored 10 points against the Indians in 24 minutes. A season ago in a matchup here. 4-point lead for the Bears. Largest of the game. Into the post. Good wall-up defense, but an even more impressive move to the baseline. And the lay-in for Johnson, who played in 20 games last year. Got 3 starts. Averaged just under a point. And how about that blow-by move for Zim Fields? Sophomore from Savannah, Georgia, who was named to the South Atlantic Conference All-Freshman team last year, and the Bears back by 4. Catawba, 4 out, 1 in offensive set, and the block foul baseline, which will go against Elijah Shabazz, sophomore from Raleigh. And that is going to take us to our second media timeout. 21-17 Bears, Catawba basketball, when we return to Hickory after this.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
And it's been a high-score, low-foul game so far. Southside Power and Fitness, an exclusive discount of almost 50% for LR faculty, staff, and students. And here we see some of the action going into that timeout. And how about off the bench for Tyson McLean, fourth on the team last year with 51 three-pointers. Experience what Southside has to offer at SouthsidePF.com. The only limit is you. Nice to have you with us on this December afternoon from the Schuford Gym as the Bears embarking upon season number 100. Little high-low game. Dip down, and what a trail block by Steele, the freshman. The little up and under move by DJ Johnson bought him some time. But nonetheless, Catawba will inbound the basketball as R.J. Gunn will check back into the lineup. 4 points for Catawba. Carter Phillips, that three ball is off the mark. The Indians now 3 for 7. Bears go the other way. Armand Muldrew from California get a whistle, and we're going to get a hand check foul in the post. As the quick as a hiccup, McLean tried to drive inside, and Caleb Robinson picks up the Catawba foul. First on him and the second on the team. So Todd Burt into the Catawba lineup, 2 in the blue, and there you see McLean to inbound the basketball. Left-hand shot, no, but how about the follow off the weak side for Muldrew? Only 6'7", but Muldrew, or 6'1", but Muldrew played like a 6'7" player. Second chance bucket, 6-point lead for the Bears, and a block foul underneath against Tim Steele, who has been a presence inside since coming in off of the bench. 2-shot free throws coming up here for Catawba. Second foul, by the way, on Tim Steele. May be decision time for Bears head coach Everett Sullivan. And that is good. So the free throw gets Robinson and the Bears within 1 and now 2. Robinson with 4, 0 for 1 from the floor. LR protecting a 4-point lead. Gunn with a handoff. Fields can't drive underneath against McLeod. The crossover near disaster by Gunn, but bailed out by Simmons. Simmons had 22 points in a matchup here with Catawba last year. The contested 3 rims out. Getting on a catapult, Lloyd Hemming to get the defensive rebound. Catawba goes the other way. 4-point deficit for the road team, and now it's a 1-point deficit thanks to the long-range sharp shooting by Hemming, whose dad, by the way, played football at Navy. And, of course, today's the big Army-Navy football game coming up later this afternoon. And a reach-in foul, the third of the half against the Indians. Here we go. Let's watch this again. That was a good shot over the closeout defender, Zim Fields. So 3 fouls on the Indians and 4 on the Bears. 9:51 to go here in the first half of play. Gunn for long range, and he buries the shot. 8 for that young man right there, and he has knocked down both of the 3-pointers that he has attempted. LR as a team has knocked down 5 of its first 8 from distance. Nice baseline move, doesn't pay dividends for Robinson, and the Bears with the run out on the weak side. Defensive rebound. R.J. Gunn tries to finish inside, but fouled by the trail defender in Todd Burt. So Gunn doesn't get the field goal in transition, but he will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Let's take a look at this again. That three ball a couple of possessions ago, and now at the free throw line, and that rims out. Gunn, one of the 2 first-team preseason All-Americans for Coach Everett Sullivan and company, the other Darius Simmons. Gunn had a big game against Catawba here a year ago, 24 points in 34 minutes. And he is not having the success with the free throw line that he had here in that February matchup a year ago. Misses his 2 free throws there. He went 6 for 6 against the Indians in a 92-87 loss last February, a game in which Catawba led for all but 26 seconds. Bears scored 51 points in the second half. The only problem was down by 16 at the halftime. Shot clock under 5. Desperation time for Catawba, and buzzer-beating 3 for Todd Burt, the freshman out of Garner. All-State, his senior year of high school, after averaging over 14 points. And there he bails his team out of a big-time jam. Nice crossover. Ankle break move by Simmons. A little high off the window. May have been partially tipped by Phillips. The Indians in transition. Phillips, the dump down inside, and the lay-in, and the Indians have reclaimed the lead. 27-26. Bears right now trying to get to the media. And what a shot that was by Hawks. And the Bears have reclaimed the lead. LR shooting 58%. And a steal here for Muldrew. Looking to go coast to coast. No, but he got fouled by the trailer Burtz. And 2 free throws coming up here for Lenoir-Rhyne. But up first, a media timeout. Both of these teams are shooting over 50% from the floor. LR at 58, Catawba at 52. And as we head to the break, it's a 1-point lead for the Bears.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found an expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Okay. Well, Armand Muldrew is going to the free throw line. He's the one that orchestrated that last transition opportunity for the homestanding Bears, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Found his way here to Hickory all the way from the Golden State. Are you in the market for a new roof? Contact K&L Dunright Roofing, a proud LR supporter serving the Foothills region since 2009. Free throw is up and good. Bears 3 for their first 5 at the free throw line. Lenoir-Rhyne right now led in scoring by the 8 points for R.J. Gunn. Second free throw good. Catawba led by Ben Bowen, who has 8. So far, Lenoir-Rhyne shooting at 58.8%, and Catawba at 52.6%. Off the baseline cut, and that pass was nowhere near McLeod as he tried to work along the baseline and couldn't get it to go. McLeod, Hemming, Whitfield, Phillips, and Johnson in for Catawba. Hemming, Whitfield, Phillips, and Johnson among those in for the Bears. Simmons to his left, matched up with the big. He'll take the step foot jumper, no. Defensive rebound underneath for Carter Phillips. Catawba -1 on the glass, but a big-time defensive rebound. Inside in a travel against DJ Johnson as he tried to negotiate his way past R.J. Gunn. 7:15 to go here in the opening half of play. It's been a good one. Homestanding Bears by 3. 5 team fouls on Catawba, 4 on the homestanding Bears. Out on top for Naz Tyson, who averaged 9 points his final 2 games last year. Teams trade turnovers. Short floor, so to speak, for the Bears. Gunn, oh, what soft touch switching hands as 21 in the white was able to sense the pressure inside. And Gunn becomes the first player in the game with 10 points. Now 73 away from 1,000 in his Lenoir-Rhyne career. Nice job protecting the ball. Shot won't go for Hemming, but he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 off the Gunn personal foul. Let's take a look at this last possession for the Bears. Trade possessions. And look at the soft hands by Gunn as he switched it to left. So free throws here for Lloyd Hemming, who has made a few stops on the collegiate trail as he misses that first free throw. Now, coming out of high school in Casey, South Carolina, he was a North-South game selection, 1,000-point career scorer. Actually led his team to the cross-country state championship as well. He goes 1 of 2. Bears the ball, 4-point lead. Hawks into the forecourt. Had a game last year against Carson Newman in which 3 in the white was 7 for 8 from behind the three-point arc. Hawks drives inside to Tyson, inside to Gunn. Working on that mismatch inside with Bowen, who gets called for the foul. That is the 6th on the Indians, a non-shooting foul. So baseline out of bounds for the Bears, who again are led by R.J. Gunn with 10 points. Catawba led in scoring by Ben Bowen. And we're going to get an illegal screen, an unfortunate one it was. Mason Hawks, the guard, 3 in the white. Hawks picks up his first. And the team fouls are now even at 6. There you see in the backcourt, Carter Phillips coming across the timeline. Phillips, 2 for 2 inside the arc. Has missed the 2 shots from distance. Inside to McLeod. Working one-on-one with Tyson. Goes inside. The help defense gets in with Gunn. The shot, no. Gunn the defensive rebound, and the Bears are on the prowl here. Dribble drive inside. Oh, what a job of splitting 2 blue shirts. Silky smooth for Hawks. Boy, he had that vision, didn't he? Just like a Hawk. Splitting that double team. And the Bears are +6. Hawks unofficially with 4, 2 of 3 from the hardwood. Off the stutter step, Phillips goes inside. Shot, no, but he was hip checked by Simmons. So Darius Simmons will pick up his first foul of the game. Game clock stopped with just under 5 1/4 minutes to go here in the opening half. And free throws coming up here for Carter Phillips. Mentioned earlier, Phillips, 4 points. Has a game-high 3 assists. And with that miss, Catawba is now just 3 for 7 at the free throw line. Boy, oh boy, and free throws and games can help you hang around and chip away, but 1 of 2 goes a junior from Mount Airy. Hawk bears the ball +5. Rice, 11 in the white into the game. Bradford had checked back in as he works one-on-one against Hemming. What a battle that is. Looking for the pick and roll inside with Fowler, but keep the ball out on the wing. That three ball a little long for Tyson. Catawba gets a defensive rebound thanks to Hemming, who gets the return pass. Catawba has made half of its 20 shots. The Bears 57%, 12 of 21. Dangerous behind the back dribble, raked away by Anthony Rice. And Catawba called for the foul in the backcourt, and the Bears will go to the line, shooting 1-1. Get that on Carter Phillips, who is just at the free throw line for Catawba. Mentioned Catawba 4 of 8 at the free throw line. Bears have fared a little better, 5 of 7. Naz Tyson at the free throw line, a sophomore out of Wingate. And Coach Silliman and company kind of hoping that the young man that you're looking at the free throw line picks up where he left off last year, where he averaged 9 points over the last 2 games. That free throw is off the mark. And the rebound for Bowen, who corrals his third board of the game. Rebounds even at 11. Nice move. Whitfield goes inside, switches hands and off the window, working inside against Hawks. And the Bears' lead is down to 3. Rice off into the corner, unselfish play. See what Bradford can do. Into the corner to square up 3 over the closeout of Hemming. No. Once again, the Bears one and done. Whitfield glides into the forecourt. Averaged over 8 points a game a season ago. Bears, by the way, 5 of 10 from three-point range. Catawba 5 of 9. Indians' first 2 field goals came from long range, and that's a deep 2-pointer for Terrence Whitfield. 12 in the blue, now with 7. One off the team high pace being set by Ben Bowen. How about that long-range 3? Swisheroo for Mason Hawks. 3 in the white. Knocks down his first 3 ball of the game. Mentioned last year, hit 69 3 balls. Number 1, by the way, is Hawks in games played now for LR among returnees with 85. And Catawba returns the favor. Terrence Whitfield from downtown. And if 12 Blue gets going, it'll get interesting. Had a career-high 31 points in the semifinals of the tournament against Queens last year. Had 21 in the game here off the triple team. And this one's thrown away by Whitfield, who's doing it all. The wing ball 3, rims out. One touch follows off the mark. Into the hands of Naz Tyson. And Catawba called for the foul in the backcourt with 2:54 to go in the opening half. So Whitfield has been all over the place, has 10 points in the contest, picks up his first foul. And that is going to take us to the media timeout. Well, both teams are shooting in the 50 percentile, and it's been a fantastic game. 2:54 to go here in the opening half. Bears at the line when we come back.
Unlimited mean to you? At Carolina West Wireless, it means unlimited media, unlimited fun, and unlimited access to our nationwide high-speed network. Sign up today for an unlimited data plan and pay just $35 per month per line for 4 lines, and we'll include hotspot and big-time savings on a new smartphone. Take $350 off the revolutionary new Samsung Galaxy S20 and get more out of your unlimited. Expect more, get more. Only from Carolina West Wireless.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement our
Well, Hickory Construction is a proud supporter of the Bears. Quality and integrity still exists. Hickory Construction has been building your community for over 75 years. Hi, everybody. I'm Fabian Fuentes. Great to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. A couple of weeks away from Christmas. A little holiday basketball for you from the Shuford Gym today. Naz Tyson to the free throw line. And gets the front end of the 1-and-1. Tyson gets in the scoring column. Second free throw rims out, and the third rebound for Bowen. Catawba now +1 as far as rebounds are concerned. To the baseline, Hemming with the fadeaway that is off the mark. One and done. The Indians, Bears in transition. How about that spot-up corner three? Little long there for Tyson. Catawba runs off the weak side board for Whitfield. Whitfield joined out there by Hemming, Pelote, Robinson, Bowen. For the Bears, it is Whitfield, Pelote, Robinson. Little up and under move, athletic finesse, no, and off the deflection. The rebound to Zim Fields. Made his first career start in the quarterfinals of last year's tournament against Queens and gets that runner to go. And unfortunately for 13 and a white, he suffered an injury in a couple of practices leading up to that quarterfinal round game, and that really limited his minutes against the Royals. Indians the ball, down by 4. Bowen trying to bump and grind his way in there. Leaner's up no good. We get a whistle out over the baseline. And possession will go to Lenoir-Rhyne. Let's take a look at this. A couple of possessions ago, and the runner inside. A 30-second timeout. As you see, Everett Sullivan, the fifth-year head coach of the Bears, talking things over with his team. Oz's Jewelers is your hometown jewelry store for 38 years. Oz and his team proudly serve the community with beautiful pieces for every occasion, from birthdays, proposals, and just because I love you gifts. Stop by today or like them on Facebook for exclusive deals and auctions every Wednesday. Well, right now, Lenoir-Rhyne led in scoring by R.J. Gunn with his 10 points. Rebounds spread out amongst the Bears. 3 LR players with 2 rebounds. Cooper Fowler leads the way in assists with 3. Catawba led in scoring by Terrence Whitfield with 10. The leading rebounder is Bernard Pelote with 4 and 3 assists for Carter Phillips. And how about that long-range 2-point shot as Gunn knocks it down to give him 12. Gunn, 5 of 6 from the floor. Under 70 seconds to go here in the first 20 game minutes. Tried to backdoor that. And it looks like it. The official is saying it was tipped off the weak side by Armand Muldrew, 24 in the white. And Muldrew kind of pleading his case over there on that far baseline, but will not win the argument. Now, Catawba must remember that its inbounding was 17 seconds remaining on that shot clock. Whitfield to do the honors. Not quite the game so far that he had in the November 28 game against Wingate when he had 23 points in 24 minutes. Now it's Whitfield with the ball. Face guarded by Muldrew. The fadeaway long 2-pointer is up and good. Gets the Indians to within 4. Nice move by Whitfield, who unofficially has 12. Tied for a game high with LR's Gunn. Mason Hawks was doomed from the start on that dribble drive dash to the baseline. And the Bears have turned the ball over. So 39 seconds remaining in the opening half. And we're going to see LR with a little bit of pressure in the backcourt with Zim Fields. Across the timeline comes Hemming. How about the pulled-up 3? Short. Hemming tries to follow his shot. Gunn the rebound. Quick outlet to Muldrew in traffic. Tried to go for the poster dunk and got fouled by Whitfield. So 24 in the white, Muldrew will go to the free throw line. And Whitfield, I believe, has picked up his second, and it is. Let's take a look at his transition play again. And free throws here from Muldrew. 2 for 2 as the Bears as a team are 6 for 10. Momentary delay in front of the Catawba bench as Terrence Whitfield trying to correct a eye contact issue. And the Bears by 5 with 22 seconds to go here in the first half. LR coming off a 14-14 overall campaign a year ago, which included 10 of 12 in sack play. And Rob Perrin, the seventh-year head coach, wants a 30-second timeout for his Catawba team, which will inbound backcourt, but -6. LR led in scoring right now. R.J. Gunn has 12, 5 of 6 from the floor. And for Catawba, well, Terrence Whitfield, same field goal numbers as well at 5 of 6. Want to thank our crew today, Chris Rickenbaugh, Tavion Harden, our camera operators. Danny Niscosa is our switcher, and Philip Lescavar is our producer. I'm Fabian Fuentes. Been a good game so far. LR looking to get off to a fantastic start. I think the Bears, they were excited to play Catawba today, but I think the biggest thing of all for LR is they just wanted to get on the floor and play somebody. 277 days, if I remember correctly, since a Lenoir-Rhyne team last played any kind of a sport. So the shot clock is off. See what Catawba decides to do here out of that timeout. Dribble drive inside, and we get a whistle, and we're going to get the foul inside. And it goes on Darius Simmons for the Bears, and that is Simmons' first foul. 2 Bears with multiple fouls. Those are Tim Steele and Nash Tyson with 2 apiece. Catawba with 3 with 2 fouls, and Todd Burt, Terrence Whitfield, and Carter Phillips. So free throws for Caleb Robinson. 2 points thus far, and that free throw is up and good. Robinson now 3 of 5 at the free throw line. Lanky freshman at 6'5", 195. Free throw 2 up and good. Substitution horn sounds, and that'll bring Todd Burt back in the ballgame. Catawba gets a little smaller, and at the same time can also set up the full court pressure with 5.7 ticks to go here in the half. Simmons across the timeline, drops back for the deep 3 by Hawks, off the mark, and that'll do it for the opening 20 minutes of play here at the Schufer Gym, and quite a difference from what LR fans and the team saw here a year ago when the Bears faced a 16-point halftime deficit. Today, LR with a 44-40 lead over the visitors out of nearby Salisbury. Stay with us. We'll be back. We'll take a look at some of the halftime stats, that and much more. Thank you so much for spending a portion of your Saturday with us here in Hickory.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Well, back at the Schuford Gym, and the homestanding Bears with a 44-40 lead here at the intermission over the visiting Catawba Indians. And as we mentioned going into our halftime break, quite a different feel for the Bears and the fans all looking back at home. LR faced a 16-point deficit at the intermission of last February's game here in the friendly confines, if you will. Let's take a look at the stats, the team stats from the opening 20 minutes of play. And, LR kept that field goal percentage in the mid-50s. Catawba kind of tailed off towards the end of the opening 20. But you see the field goal percentage, the Bears shooting at nearly 56%. And as we keep that graphic up, also want to mention that LR aided down the stretch by Mason Hawks, who ended up making 3 of his last 4 field goals. Hawks here with 7 points at the intermission. Free throws right now, Catawba has left 4 points at the free throw line, and the Indians trail by 4 here at the intermission. Both teams are shooting at a high percentage from three-point range. You see that for 50% for Catawba, 46 and change for Lenoir-Rhyne, and rebounds 15 each way, and you see very few second chance opportunities for these two teams, each with just 1 offensive rebound, and it has also been a low turnover game, 7 for the Bears and 5 for Catawba. Some of the individual numbers here, the Indians led in scoring by Terrence Whitfield. He was an all-tournament team selection a year ago, had a 31-point game in the semifinals against Queens. Whitfield with 12 points here at the intermission. He is the only Indian in double figures. And, of course, the Bears, well, we expected this to be the case. R.J. Gunn coming off that phenomenal season, looking to become a 1,000-point scorer here. Gunn, 12 points in the opening 20 minutes of play. And there you see a great job by our crew. Whitfield with those 12 points. And take a look at the minutes played for these two guys. Each with 12 points. Whitfield doing that in 14 minutes. So that's a high ratio. Gunn doing that in 15 minutes, and identical numbers as far as the field goals are concerned. And Gunn, the presence on the inside, is +1 as far as rebounds are concerned. Folks, Everett, ready for a nicer, newer ride? Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac is always here to help by providing family-friendly customer care service since 1967. Visit them in person or at one of their 2 convenient locations in Hickory and Morganton to start your search online at everettchevy.com. So let's see what adjustments the two teams, the 2 head coaches, decide to make here at the intermission. A total of 15 players got into the scoring column in the opening 20 minutes of play, and 8 of those for the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne, who today are going for all-time win number 526 in this venue. And I should mention a personal flashback here. This is my first visit to Schuford Gymnasium since the 1998-99 basketball season, and this facility did not have air conditioning back in those days. So it had a tendency to get somewhat toasty in here. And, of course, last season, the court here was named after longtime LR head coach John Lentz, who, still residing in Hickory and comes around from time to time. As far as the preseason poll went, LR with the 4 all-conference selections coming back was a preseason pick at number 3. And Catawba was up there, so to speak, with the rebuilding project that the Indians have at number 5. So here we go, second half of play. It's about to get underway. By the way, a couple of other numbers from the first half. LR +6 points in the paint and +6 in fast break points. Catawba right into the floor here in the second half. Phillips, nice job coming off the weak side to deflect the entry pass. Mason Hawks tried to shove that inside to Ben Bowen. 30 in the blue, 6'10". Good double team the baseline. Whitfield has the ball poked away from him by Bradford. How about that poster slam? He slammed that one like a grizzly, did number 1 in the white. And the Bears get the points off a turnover. And by the way, that number is looming large right now. It is a 6-point separation on the overall scoreboard, and the Bears are +6 in points off turnovers. The bump and grind inside whistle, and the offensive foul is called on Anthony Peacock. Let's take a look at this highlight reel. Slam again. That's elevation for Bradford, who they list at 6 foot. So nearly a minute into the second half of play, Bradford into the forecourt, starting his 28th game today. Back on top to Simmons. His 86th game played today for 10 in the white. He's got an opportunity, makes a mad dash into the lane and draws a foul. That is quickly the second on the Indians here in the second half. And 2 free throws coming up for the Bears. So now Darius Simmons to the free throw line, the redshirt senior out of Raleigh. Had a good day at the free throw stripe against the Indians a season ago, in which he was 6 of 7. And so far today, that was his first miss in 5 attempts. But the Bears +7. Carter, dribble handoff. Whitfield with a pulled-up 3-ball over Gunn. A little long on that. And the defensive board inside for Fowler, the do-it-all big men for the Bears. Had 19 against the Indians here a year ago. How about that deep 3-ball swisheroo for Mason Hawks? And you go back to the first half, 3 in the white. Hawks has now made 5 of his last 6 shots. And the LR bench making a lot of noise here in Shuford. 10-point lead for the home squad. Whitfield trying to bang his way inside against Bradford, and a much-needed basket for the Indians in Whitfield. 12 in the blue now with 14. 8-point Lenoir-Rhyne lead. Gunn, the deep 3. Front rims that one. That's his first miss in 3 3-point attempts. Probing down the lane, Phillips. Back-to-back buckets now for Catawba, which is quickly cut into what had been a 10-point deficit. Hawks off the crossover, off the double team. The mid-range jumper, how about that for Cooper Fowler? I mentioned 33 in the white, loved playing here last year, where he averaged 12 points and shot 49% in the process. We'll hear Fowler today, 2 points, 1 of 2, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, then Gunn gets that rebound. His team high 4th. Bradford thought about the quick 3, but Whitfield got right in his face. Hawks the blow-by move and gets the runner to go off the window. Pelote had the inside position on the dribble drive, but Hawks picking up where he left off in the first half. That's 12 for him. Both he and his teammate Gunn with 12 points apiece. Each is 5 of 7 from the floor. Bears back up by 10, looking for more. Looking for the transition bucket here. Bradford quarterbacks, all nice dump down, and Gunn with a 2-handed flush. Rob Perron and Catawba wants a timeout as the Bears right now jumped out by as many as 10 here in the second half. Back-to-back buckets by Catawba brought the Indians to within 6. But right now, a 6-0 mini spurt for the Bears as we head to the break. LR by 12 here in Hickory. Well, the Bears have been hot here in the second half. And here we go in transition. Points off turnovers for LR, unofficially 8-0, and Gunn with a flush. And that's what sent us to the Catawba timeout here. And the Bears with a 56-54 lead here at the Shuford Gym. Whitfield, 14 points for Catawba. And the Bears right now led by Gunn, who has 14 points. His teammate Hawks with 26. And that dynamic duo is 11 for 15 from the floor. And also a combined 4 of 6. And there you see the dynamic duo. And there are the numbers on R.J. Gunn. Had a double-double in 5 of his last 9 games, did 21 in the white last year. Mentioned earlier, second team, all-region selection. This is a LR team that, to nobody's surprise, has 56 points. And we've still got 16 minutes and 50 game seconds to go. An LR team that returned at 99% of its scoring offense from a season ago. Larry McLeod, the number 1 returning scorer for Catawba a year ago, misses the fadeaway elbow. Offensive rebound and a reset out top, and the 3 ball for Carter Phillips. And Catawba trying to hang around in this. Phillips, second Indian in double figures with 10, 1 of 3 from downtown. Gunn bull rushes his way in, soft lefty, no. And loses out on the defensive rebound as Phillips goes the other way. Indians have split their first 2 games. This is the opener for the Bears. All conference games, and how about the steal? Mentioned earlier, Bradford creates field goals in transition with his defense. Misses that one. Ball out over the baseline, a possession to Catawba. And after that earlier timeout, a media timeout. Here it's Shuford. It is Catawba basketball, but it is a 9-point lead for the home team. When we come back to Lenoir-Rhyne University after you see this.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Fabian Fuentes. Nice to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon as the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne, who have led by as many as 12 here in the second half, currently lead by 9. Catawba will inbound the basketball. We mentioned for this Lenoir-Rhyne team that Davion Bradford is a great defender and does a fantastic job, 1 in the white, as far as creating transition baskets. Well, he has 2 of the 5 steals that have been credited to Lenoir-Rhyne. And fast break points, well, how about this? 20-7, Lenoir-Rhyne. The Bears are plus 13. And that's on 9 turnovers for Catawba, so you do the math. LR is averaging better than 2 points off every Catawba turnover, and there is number 12 for the Indians. And that is something coaches don't like to see, whether it's out of a media timeout or a called timeout. You turn the ball over on your first possession. So the Bears in the second half, 5 of their first 8, and the teams will trade turnovers. That is just the 8th for Lenoir-Rhyne. So it's Bradford, Gunn, Hawks, Fields, and Steele on the floor for LR. Whitfield, Phillips, Bowen, Johnson, and McLeod for Catawba. Coming off that baseline screen, McLeod averaged over 8 a game last year. Mentioned he is Catawba's leading scorer. Does a great job of setting the table on the outside for Carter Phillips, who got fouled on his 3-point shot. And for a second time in this game, we will see a team go to the free throw line to shoot 3. It was Lenoir-Rhyne in the first half, I believe, with either Muldrew or Simmons. And now it's Carter Phillips for the Indians. 3 big free throws. gives him 11. FryCare Sports Medicine and Concussion Clinic offers evaluation and treatment for bone and joint injuries and suspected concussions. For more information, visit frycareconcussion.com. Well, R.J. Gunn back into the game for LR, and Gunn is a minute eater. Averaged about 34 minutes a game a season ago. Meanwhile, at the line, Phillips threads the needle on all 3 of his free throws. And for his second time since falling behind by double digits here in the second half, Catawba gets to within 6, and now the offensive foul on the Bears and Zim Fields. So 13 and a white picks up the foul. That is his first. By the way, Gunn and Hawks have each played 19 minutes for LR. Bowen has played a team in game-tying high 19 minutes for Catawba. Indians here with an opportunity to get closer than 6, and now we're going to get a whistle, and it looks like a hand-check foul on the Bears, and it is. Armin Muldrew picks up the foul. His first. So again, only 2 LR players with multiple fouls. Steele and Tyson with 2 each. 4 for the Indians. That long-range jumper, splash for Whitfield, who is up to 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Now is starting to show more of that form that he did against Wingate back on the 28th of last month. 23 points in 34 minutes. Shot off the mark and a weak side rebound for McLeod. McLeod gets bumped by the trailer and Tim Steele. And the freshman picks up his 3rd foul. Team's 4th for the Bears here in half number 2. Sideline out of bounds here for the Indians, who were 3 of 6 here in half number 2. McLeod out of Sanford started his career at Arkansas State, passing to the wing. Johnson begging for the ball in the wing. Off the double team, finds the backdoor cutter and Bone, who gets tied up inside, and I believe Steele may have just picked up his 4th, and 15 has. So decision time, and not much of one, as the Bears will have to go with a smaller lineup as Steele, 6'5", checks out of the ball game. And the 5'11" Simmons comes back in. 5 team fouls against the Bears here in half number 2. Phillips dribbles his way to daylight. The step back 3 ball off the mark. Nice box out inside. Allows McLean to get the defensive rebound. Now the Bears going to try to hit the big 3. Off front rim, tipped out weak side. Possession goes to Catawba. 3 ball by Zim Fields out of Savannah, Georgia. So Catawba trying to get back into this game and certainly have done that. Bears of LR won for their first 4 from the floor. Johnson. McLeod back to Johnson. No, but off the weak side, the one-touch follow for Bowen. Second chance bucket. Bowen now the 3rd Indian in double figures. He has 10. Deep 3 ball off balance. A sensational shot from just about NBA range and a timeout called. Tyson McLean, who had 51 3 balls a season ago. What a drop back pass, and McLean buries the shot for his first field goal of the game. And a 30-second timeout taken by the team you see right there, the Bears, and Everett Sullivan in his 5th year. Pepsi of Hickory, locally owned and operated since 1925. Thank you for filling your coolers with Pepsi this fall, and thank you for allowing us to serve you all these years. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas, raised right here in Hickory. So 59-55 is the LR advantage. The Bears have led by as many as 12 here in the second half. Catawba will inbound in the backcourt with Ben Bowen, a sophomore out of King. And McLeod will drop back into the backcourt. Yeah, McLeod last year averaged over 80 games, shot 56% from the floor. There you see 3 at the edge of the center jump circle. Leading returning scorer for the Indians, McLeod. Face guarded by McLean. Off the weave, Hemming. Sees the hand of Fields come in. Shot clock is under 10. Hemming to his left. Now the smaller Simmons comes out to face guard him. The step back 3 and swisheroo for Hemming. And the Indians have gotten back to within 1. Hemming unofficially with 7. Oh, what an off-balance shot that was. If we're a game of horse, my goodness, for Tyson McLean. McLean with 5. He has made his last 2 field goals. And now a hand check foul in the post on R.J. Gunn. And that is the second of the game on Gunn, who has a game-tying high 14 points, along with Catawba's Terrence Whitfield. Armin Muldrew is out of the Lenoir-Rhyne lineup as Davion Bradford checks back in. Inbounds here from McLeod, who started out his collegiate career at Arkansas State. Pressure defense in the corner by Simmons. Bowen with 8 points. Gives way to Whitfield. Foul on extended. McLean the defender. Now the triple team comes. Pass deflected through traffic. Hot potato. And Catawba maintains possession. But now the Indians must recognize the fact that there are only 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Opportunity here for the 6'6" McLeod off the inbound. There you see the stack. Inside the Bowen. What a job off the window for Bowen. And Catawba again gets back to 1. Bowen unofficially with 12. Catawba can't get the stop on the defensive end, so the finish inside for Zim Fields, who has 8. LR had 8 different scores in the first half. Catawba had 7. Bears by 3. Johnson trying to back in over Gunn, and Gunn called for the block foul. And now decision time here, as that is the 3rd on Gunn, 21 in the white. And LR wants to get a timeout here, and we will take it. So decision time for the Bears and head coach Everett Sullivan with a number 1 scorer, R.J. Gunn, now with 3 fouls. What will happen? Stay with us. We'll be back after you see this.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Well, great to have you with us today. And, well, there's the question that LR fans, family and friends watching at home wanted to find out. R.J. Gunn, number 21 right there, just picked up his 3rd foul, but he is going to stay in the game. 14 points, 4 rebounds. Now, should also mention that his backup is Tim Steele, the freshman, and Steele has 4 fouls. Indians at the free throw line here, the 1-and-1, and the front end of which is up and good for DJ Johnson. Now, this is big. Catawba is already in the bonus with 11:49 to go in regulation. Conversely, the Indians have been called for just 2 fouls. And that free throw is up and good. The Indians once again get to within one as the game hangs in the balance here. Dribble drive inside, and that was the matchup that Fields wanted against the taller DJ Johnson. And Johnson is called for the foul. That is his third of the game. And free throws coming up here for Fields, his first free throws of the game. And I want to take that back. They are cat-like on the stats here. That is the second foul on Johnson. And the free throw is up and good for Zim Fields, a sophomore from Savannah, Georgia. Had 2 23-point games a year ago, did that young man, including in conference play against Mars Hill, and had a great February in which he averaged just under 11 points and shot 60% from the floor. Goes 1 of 2. The Bears have left 6 points at the free throw line. Catawba has left 4. Catawba has made all 5 free throws in the second half. And that is not good news for LR when you consider Catawba's already in the bonus. To the baseline, the wall up by Gunn. Fantastic baseline defense as Johnson tried to get away with a hook in the baseline drive. And turnover number 12 on Catawba. Points in the paint, LR 26-18. Fast break points, 23-7 LR. Hawks at one point had made 5 of 6 field goals in this game. Fields feels the pressure. Gunn with a couple of 3 balls to his credit today. That's off the mark. And the athletic rebound for Johnson. His second. Catawba an opportunity to take the lead after twice trailing by 12 here in the half. It is a 4-out, 1-in set. The step-back 3 by Whitfield, and he is money. All-tournament team selection last year, and Catawba has reclaimed the lead in a second half that has now featured a 12-point lead swing, and tripped up was Bradford on his drive to the hole. And a well-deserved trip to the free throw line off the Larry McLeod personal foul. That is the 4th foul, and it's no free throws here, pardon me, for Bradford. Let's, as we come back to play. Inside the pull up, all back rim. And a defensive board for Whitfield, who goes the other way. Whitfield with a game-high 20 points. And for the gentleman with the basketball, 8 of 10 from the floor, including 4 of 5 from downtown. He had 21 points in 28 minutes here against the Bears last year. Ball reversal, 3 ball, front rim that one for Hemming. Off the weak side defensive board, Bradford in transition. Working against Hemming. Off the double team, and the pass goes sailing into the LR bench. A fantastic double team in the low post. And Hawks saw something that wasn't there. Turnover number 10 on Lenoir-Rhyne. By the way, points off turnovers, 9-6 Lenoir-Rhyne. And LR led the rebounding battle for most of this game, but now the Indians are +6 at 26-20. These two teams have combined to miss 40 shots in this game, but only a combined 4 offensive rebounds, 3 of which for Catawba. Into the high post, off the double team. Nice job, the dump down, and the leg in from McLeod. And it is now a 3-point lead for the visitors. Close out on the wing by Caleb Robinson. Muldrew couldn't get the shot off. Now the deep 3 ball circles the rim and out for Mason Hawks. That did everything but go in. And now Catawba really feeling the momentum here. Remember, Indians twice trailed by 12 here in the second half. The defense, whistle, and the offensive foul, as they call this on McLeod. That is the first of the game on McLeod, 5th of the second half against the Indians. So Bradford, Simmons, Gunn, Hawks, and Muldrew on the floor for the Bears. Whitfield, Robinson, Johnson, McLeod, and Hemming for Catawba. Fake the handoff inside. Gunn will try his luck from three. Boom! Gunn was 17. Big fella now 3 of 5 from distance. 6'7", 245 out of Columbia, South Carolina. Tie game at 67. Inside, nice, silky, smooth left-handed shot there for DJ Johnson, a senior, who has come off the bench and scored half a dozen. The baseline move, and now it's Johnson who is called for the block foul. Non-shooting foul in the 6th of the half on Catawba. Let's take a look at this one again, the 3-ball for Gunn. What a luxury that is to have a 6'7" post player be able to step back and knock down the 3-ball. Bears the ball down by 2. Hawks goes inside against the guard Phillips and finishes. Brand new ball game again. Hawks with 14. The fadeaway from the free throw line, and money is Hemming, who has 9 points off the bench. Bench scoring 26 for Catawba, 22 for Lenoir-Rhyne. Under 8 minutes left in regulation. To the baseline, the stutter step move. Runners off the mark, and off the bobble, Robinson leads a fast break. Hit ahead pass. Oh, what an athletic play that was, and an unbelievable move by Lloyd Hemming, who now is up to 9, and the Indians are +4 in a second half that has had a 16-point swing, and a foul before the shot on Lloyd Hemming and Catawba. That is his first, as well as the 7th in the half for the Indians. So we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it. Lenoir-Rhyne -4 at the free throw line, shooting the 1-and-1. We'll return to Hickory after this.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Want to thank our producer today, Philip Lescavar, and our entire crew for their work this afternoon. When looking for a general contractor, you need someone you can depend on. You can certainly want someone with the ability you require. You can depend on David E. Looper to respond to your needs from timeless to budget. If you need to know more, check out their website at delcompany.com. Well, normally when a team shoots nearly 53% in a half, you would think all would be well. Well, Lenoir-Rhyne has shot 52.6% in the half. However, Catawba is 12 of 18, 66%. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is made by Bradford, the senior out of Pontiac, Michigan. Catawba has battled back from a 12-point deficit here in the second 20 of play. And that second free throw teardrops off the rim right into the hands of Carter Phillips. Whitfield leads Catawba with a game-high 20. He's one of 4 Indians in double figures. Gunn leads LR with 21. Good wall up inside by Gunn. Partially blocks that shot, but cherry-picked by Johnson. The reset for the corner 3 is off the mark. Gunn gets inside, able to box out and get the defensive rebound as Caleb Johnson tried to reach over him. But now the whistle in transition, And the offensive foul, the charge on the Bears, and Davion Bradford, 1 and a white. For the game, LR shooting at 54%. Catawba is at 53%. Now, I mentioned for Catawba, Whitfield has 20. 13 for Phillips, 12 for Bowen, and 11 for Hemming. I mentioned the 17 that Gunn has for LR. Hawks has 14. Now Catawba with the ball. Catawba 6 for its last 8. At leaner inside, no. Gunn the rebound, and the Bears go the other way. -3 on the scoreboard. Knocking on the door of 6.5 minutes remaining in regulation. And the foul out on top against Lloyd Hemming. Yeah, and that is his second. And Catawba will go to the free throw line, shooting the 1-and-1. Quick little game reset for you, if you will. Each team with 8 fouls during the second half. And the possession arrow favors the homestanding Bears. And now free throws coming up here for Mason Hawks, the senior out of Mount Airy. Number 1 in games played among active Lenoir-Rhyne players. This is his 85th, and a back-breaking miss from the line as Catawba grabs the rebound. 31-22 Indians on the board right now. Phillips meted at the midcourt stripe by Bradford. Battle for the loose ball midcourt. Whistle and a foul here that will go against the Indians. And I believe Carter Phillips. No, rather they're going to call that one on Larry McLeod. 3. That is McLeod's third. So Lenoir-Rhyne just missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and now Zim Fields to the lines. Fields has 7. He is 1 for 2 at the stripe. And a clutch make. Fields, a South Carolina Conference All-Freshman team selection a year ago. There you see the sophomore from Savannah, Georgia. Showed flashes of stardom in the month of February. Back rims that free throw. Bowen able to corral the rebound. That is his game-high 8th of the contest. Catawba an opportunity to go up by 2 possessions. That jump shot front rimmed. What an athletic tip by Caleb Robinson. He gets the rebound. Cross-court pass thefted by Muldrew. Turnover number 15 on the Indians. Inside the R.J. Gunn. Tried to make the adjustment mid-flight. Threw him off balance, and he couldn't finish. And Catawba goes the other way as LR is 1 and done. Hemming with a crossover. Face guard in the corner now for Hawks. Back out on top to Hemming, who has come off the bench with 11. Wing handoff to Phillips. Face guarded by the number 1 defensive player, Bradford. Shot clock under 10, and here's a steal for Hawks, 2-on-1. As Bradford to his right, 2-and-1 on the horizon for the Bears. So the steal, more fast break points for the Bears at 28-9. And let's take a look at this again. Seahawks 3 in the white. And a good job by Bradford, and the game is tied. 5:21 remaining in regulation. Rob Perron will bring Carter Phillips out of the ball game. Big free throw here for Bradford. Off the mark, he is 1 of 3. And if you're a Lenoir-Rhyne fan, you want to cover your ears right now. The reason you do is the Bears, who were 8 of 10 at the free throw line in the first half, are 4 of 10 here in the second. Player-to-player defense. McLeod trying to back down against Bradford. 2 steals in the first half, and now Bradford called for the block foul. And that is his second. And Catawba will go to the free throw line. Well, it was Catawba in the first half that went 6 for 10 at the line. But in the second, the Indians are 5 for 5. Just the opposite for the Bears, and now McLeod will go to the free throw line. See what happens here again. You're looking at the far side of the lane, and Bradford desperately wanted to get that offensive foul called against McLeod. First free throw attempts of the game for 3 in the blue. Rims out. Inside position for Fields to get the rebound. And the Bears quickly jettison up the floor. Tied at 73. Under 5 minutes to go. Getting down to a white-knuckle finish here in Hickory. Dribble drive inside for Simmons. Off the pass, Fields. Back to Simmons. Protecting the ball. Oh, what a job switching to the left hand. Are you kidding me? And the Bears have reclaimed the lead. 9 in the game for Simmons. But no field goal. More important than that one. Catawba trying to answer with a deep 3. Ricochets out for Pelote, the freshman. Hawks quickly in the forecourt. They sag down on him. Good recovery by Fields out there on the perimeter. Fields with 8. The handoff. Simmons looking for the step back. Nothing there against the zone. Gunn goes long range. Off the mark. Johnson, his 5th rebound. Bears playing defense. Up by 2. Closest game that Catawba has been involved in this year. Congestion. And a handoff to McLeod. Shot clock is under 10 seconds. Hemming probes inside. Pulled up. Boy, this is an impressive-looking junior. Off the bench with 13, and now in transition, the Bears turn the ball over. So 3:23 remaining in regulation. Both teams are shooting the double bonus. And a timeout on the floor. The under 4 media timeout. High drama time when we come back to Hickory. Catawba ball after you see this. Well, combined 7 players for these two teams in double figures right now. And there you see the 2 big scorers in this game. Terrence Whitfield for Catawba, 20 points in 27 minutes. And R.J. Gunn, who, by the way, is playing with 3 fouls, Gunn 17 points in his 31 minutes. But take a look at what the two have done outside the arc. How about a combined 10 for 12? Or 7 for 12, pardon me. There you see one of the leaders for this LR offense. And R.J. Gunn. So once again, both teams are shooting the 2-shot bonus. The possession arrow favors Lenoir-Rhyne. And the Indians will inbound baseline, backcourt. Catawba in the second half at 54%, 13 of 24. Lenoir-Rhyne, 12 of 23 at 52%. Catawba plus 4 in scoring here in the second half. Right now, it's the home team. And the visitors deadlocked at 75. Offensive foul inside against Caleb Robinson, who was working against Darius Simmons in an absolute wrestling match in the post. So for Lenoir-Rhyne on the floor, Simmons, Gunn, Hawks, Fields, Muldrew. It's Whitfield, Bowen, Robinson, McLeod, and Hemming for Catawba, and a hand check foul as Simmons tried to drive inside against Robinson, who picks up his his 4th. His teammates McLeod and Phillips each have 3. And now free throws here for Darius Simmons. "86 games played in his LR career, and buries the key free throw here. Simmons 5 of 6 at the line and now 6 of 7. Gives him 11. He is one of 4 Bears in double figures, each team with 4 in double figures. So Catawba with possession. A deficit of 2. The face guard by Hawks. Hemming lofts high post, and we're going to get an offensive foul and a push-off inside against Catawba. And Larry McLeod, who picks up his 4th. So McLeod and Robinson, who are both on the floor for Catawba, each with 4 fouls. And no pressure in the backcourt by the Indians. Hawks across the timeline. 14 points and a game-high 4 assists. He's on the far side right wing as Simmons with a dash move inside and gets the best of Caleb Robinson. Simmons makes this a 2-possession game. That 3 ball for Hemming is off the mark. And a weak side defensive rebound for Sims. Hawks does a great job of maintaining possession. Off the sag. Hot potato passing. Simmons goes low, now battling for the ball. Whitfield comes away with a steal and then fouled in the backcourt by Simmons. And it is Catawba to the free throw line to shoot 2. Simmons unofficially picks up his 2nd. Want to take the opportunity to thank both athletic media relations directors for these 2 programs. Jeremy Zalaka here at Lenoir-Rhyne and at Catawba, Jim Lewis. So now Whitfield going to the free throw line. Boy, his last 2 games, he has combined for now 43 points. That was his 2nd free throw attempt of this game, and he has missed both. That is the 2nd miss in 7 free throw attempts here in the second half for Catawba. Too much on that. Off the mark. Box out and a rebound for Fields. That is the 6th rebound for Fields off the Bears bench. Under 2 minutes to go. LR spreads the floor. Simmons inside. That's a matchup he likes, and for good reason. Back-to-back layups inside for Simmons, working against Caleb Robinson. And that is now 15 for the LR redshirt senior guard. He and R.J. Gunn, first-team preseason all-conference selections coming in. The ball dig by Gunn, but a whistle, and Gunn picks up personal foul number 4, and 21 is crestfallen. Let's take a look at this drive inside. Nice job getting the ball to the outside hand. And with 1:36 to go, Gunn will remain in the game. Everett Sullivan, the LR head coach, talking things over with the official behind the play. And now with the game clock stopped, Whitfield to the free throw line. 2-shot bonus. 6-point Bear lead. And it remains that as Whitfield has now missed all 3 of his free throws. And Catawba is a team has missed its last 4 until that make. Still no pressure in the backcourt by the Indians. Down to 90 seconds left in regulation. The 100th season of men's hoops here at Lenoir-Rhyne. LR and Catawba meeting in a series that dates back to 1926. Inside goes Gunn off the double team, finds the backside cutter, the lay-in for Fields, and a 2-and-1. And the Bears are up by 7. Boy, what recognition that was by Gunn, who picks up the assist here. Watch this. Baseline cut. And I'll tell you what, Gunn could not have picked a better time to pick up his first assist of the game. Caleb Robinson will check out of the Catawba lineup, and Ben Bowen comes back in. Meanwhile, unfinished business for Fields at the free throw line. And that is up and good. 8-point lead. LR led by as many as 12. I believe the deficit was as many as 4 at one point here in the second half for the home team. Nice dump down inside and a 2-and-1 from McLeod. And a great dump down, I believe it was by Lloyd Hemming out top. And one free throw for the Indians with 62 to go. Let's take a look at this again. Actually give the assist to Terrence Whitfield. So free throw here for McLeod. He's playing with 4 fouls. That free throw is up and good. And the Indians have called for a 30-second timeout with 62 seconds left in regulation. What is your game plan to reach your financial goals? Call LR alums Ryan Edwards and Lee Stewart, Bob Fincher, and the team at Southeast Retirement Planners to help you put a successful game plan in place. Well, as we talk about that, what is the game plan that each of these two coaches are going to put together for the final 62 seconds of play? LR's got that field goal percentage up a bit from where it was earlier in the second half. The Bears are now at 57%. And we had talked about Catawba shooting in the 60% for a good portion of the second half. And the Indians are now down at 51%. So as Catawba has made just 1 of its last 5 shots, we've seen Lenoir-Rhyne knock down 5 of its last 6. It's been a good one here in the season opener for the Bears, that is. And now Catawba with a full court pressure, desperate times, calling for desperate measures, trying to commit the foul in the backcourt. Simmons works his way past 2 blue shirts and into the forecourt. And that's where Everett Sullivan, who's going for his 57th win at the helm of the program, tells him to hold things up just a bit. Inside they go. Well, the first meeting between these two teams, 1926, was a 16-12 game. This one is a 5-point separation and now 8 as Gunn buries his 4th 3-ball in 8 tries and now has 20. Inside the drive and heads up, no foul. Lloyd Fleming gets in. He now has 13. And the Bears are already into the forecourt, and Catawba in scramble mode with 26 seconds to go, and the foul is committed. And they get that one on Caleb Robinson, who picks up his 5th, so Robinson has fouled out of the ball game. You should be driving a Hyundai from Paramount Hyundai here in Hickory, where every new Hyundai comes standard with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Shop online for new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at ParamountHyundai.com. So free throws here for the Bears. It will remain a it's a 2-possession game right now, so an opportunity here for Fields to stretch it to a 3-possession game. Has a couple of free throws to do that, and we'll need the second to try to do so. Davion Bradford back in for the Bears as Simmons exits. By the way, Hawks still out there on the floor for the Bears. 31 minutes of playing time for him today. Whitfield has played 31 for Catawba. And a big free throw there makes this a 3-possession game with 26 seconds and change remaining. So Catawba with Whitfield, who has 21, joined on the floor by Phillips, Pelote, Bowen, and Hemming. It's Bradford, Gunn, Hawks, Fields, and Muldrew for the Bears. And an air ball from 3, and the ball went out of bounds, making contact out before Pelote had an opportunity to save that one. Teams making the changes here. Ball handlers for Lenoir-Rhyne, the offensive substitution, and Catawba going with the defense. 20 seconds to play. Now, Hawks will get in face guarded here on the inbound by McLeod, who is 6'6". 6-inch height advantage, and we're going to get a foul here against Catawba on the inbounds pass, and Pelote. Now, if the Bears make both free throws here, this goes to the full 3-possession advantage, 9 points. And for the first time today, we see our officiating crew, 2 of the 3 getting together to discuss this and perhaps making sure that the right shooter is at the line. And the reason being because Simmons is 6 for 7. It's a 2-shot bonus. Saw everybody but Simmons scrambling up the floor. Order is restored. Both teams are in the 2-shot bonus. Thanks to our crew today, Chris Reichenbach, Taven Harden on our camera. Donnie Hikosa is our switcher. Philip Lescavar, great job as our producer today. Enjoyed working with you folks. So 89-81 is the advantage for the Bears. Today is the 210th all-time meeting, and LR is looking to get a win for the 115th time in the series. Gunn gets the foul line rebound and was fouled backside by Bowen. So Bowen picks up his 4th in 29 minutes to go with 12 points. Catawba 21 from Whitfield, 15 from Hemming, 12 for Bowen, 13 for Phillips. LR today, 20 from Gunn. Simmons with 16, 14 for Hawks, 12 for Fields, and Bradford has 10. (19-8) LR points off turnovers, 31-9 fast break points. And it is now a 4-possession game, and the Bears are going to hang on and get the win. Hemming with a step-back 3, saying this one's not over with yet, but Hemming now has 18. And we get a stoppage with 6.8 seconds to go. So for LR, it is a equally great day. One, the guys finally got to play a game, and they're going to pick up a win. Catawba will dip to 1-2 on the season. This was the first road game for Coach Rob Perrin and company. And the Bears will avenge what was a 5-point loss here a season ago, but a 16-point deficit at the intermission. Second half today, 51% from the floor for Catawba. LR at 59%. But LR has attempted 9 more free throws here in the second half than has Catawba. 12 of 20. Catawba 7 for 11, but just 2 makes from the free throw line for the Indians in their last 6 tries. Simmons tags out of the ball game. And back in comes Zim Fields. Remember, possession arrow favors the hometown team. Whitfield, nice job switching hands. Now with 23 points, not a 13, but too little, too late. The Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne squander a 12-point second-half lead, then fell behind by, I believe, as many as 4 points, and circle the wagons and knock off Catawba. In the 210th meeting all-time between these teams, 93-86. Lenoir-Rhyne wins its season opener, and Catawba drops to 1-2. You know, it's been fantastic to be able to bring you today's game here on the SAC Digital Network. And again, want to thank our crew, Chris Reichenbach, Tavian Harden, Danny Hikosa, and Philip Leskover. And, of course, more on today's game will be available at the respective team's website. So, our time is up, and we thank you for yours. Once again, your final score here at the Schuford Gymnasium, where LR wins for a 526th time. LR led by 22 points from R.J. Gunn, 93, and Catawba led by the 23 points of Terrence Whitfield, 86. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Fabian Fuentes. So long, everyone, from Hickory.